Can less be more? That is what Porsche's hoping with this. It's the Taycan rear-wheel drive, and it's the new entry-level model in the Taycan range. What is it exactly? Well, as the name implies, it's rear-wheel drive only because the front electric motor has been removed. Obviously, one less motor means less power, but it also means less weight, which creates the potential for a different, potentially more exciting driving experience. Let's see how it goes.
Porsche was very deliberate with how it entered the electric vehicle world, arriving last year with the flagship Taycan Turbo S. While it may have had motors instead of an engine, Porsche made sure it had plenty of performance to live up to the brand's reputation. So the dual-motor Turbo S punched out a whopping 560 kilowatts of power and 1,050 newton meters of torque. While unquestionably fast, the Taycan Turbo S is probably overkill for most people. So the introduction of the less potent Taycan 4S and now this rear-wheel drive model makes for a range with much broader appeal. The single rear-mounted motor makes 240 kilowatts and 345 newton meters in its standard form. But the model we tested was fitted with the optional Performance Plus battery, which bumps those numbers up to 280 kilowatts and 350 newton meters. It may not sound like much, but it's still enough power to run 0 to 100 in just 5.4 seconds, and with the optional battery, the driving range is 434 kilometers.
So, does less grunt mean that this Taycan rear-wheel drive feels slower and less exciting to drive? In a word, no. It may have less torque than, say, your average hot hatch, but because it's electric, that torque kicks in instantly. So it has forward thrust, that sort of rocket-like acceleration we've come to expect from electric cars. It's just always there. Now, it doesn't throw you back in the seat quite like the Taycan Turbo, but it's still a very quick car by any standard. But what makes the Taycan rear-wheel drive so enjoyable, and arguably more enjoyable than its all-wheel drive siblings, is the fact that you have less weight over the front end. Removing that electric motor and all the attached drivetrain paraphernalia means it has significantly less weight. Now, this car is in fairly standard specifications, so it's riding on steel springs, not the adaptive air suspension that's so common on the higher spec models. And it translates, all those things combined, to mean that the drive is actually almost, dare I say, more Porsche-like. It feels really exciting, engaging. You really feel like you're a part of the experience. It doesn't feel numb or dull.
The other obvious reduction with the Taycan rear-wheel drive, aside from the power, is the price. It starts from just $156,300, which is a massive $189,500 less than the Turbo S. However, add in the Performance Plus battery costs $12,000, pushing the price to nearly $170K. Still, that's a significant amount of money to save. In fact, it's enough that for the price of a Taycan Turbo S, you could buy both a Taycan rear-wheel drive and a 718 Cayman GTS, which makes for quite the two-car garage, and an ideal cross-section of Porsche's current range. So while certainly not as fast or as capable as the Turbo S, or even arguably the Taycan 4S, this new rear-wheel drive model may be the sweet spot in the range for its combination of value, usable performance, and efficiency. Less may indeed be more for Porsche.